Welcome back, guys. We are back with another video. Yes, I know it has been a little bit of time, but I have been busy getting ready for a show coming up, and I had to put my focus onto the bodybuilding thing. But without further ado, let's get right into this video because Cam Newton has been getting beat up in the media. And it's just, man, it's a lot of good points in this video, honestly, just about like the zeitgeist of today's times where women can say any and everything about men, can make fun of you, can literally, some women can even say, you know, kill all men for whatever reason. And if a man just says, I'm just gonna let him continue. Let's just get into the video. I'll let him speak about it.
So I'm not one of these dudes to be like, bro, I'm gutter, I'm this, I'm that. Man, I had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch. You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches, and I say bitches in a way not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
All right, I'm gonna pause it right there because that's basically the main thing that it seems like a lot of people, mainly women, were getting upset about. Well, let me just prefix it like this because it's a few points. But the main point that I want to hit first is, ladies, you don't have to be with this guy. It's very funny that a lot of ladies think that it's time to pile on another guy that says what he wants, and I don't have a chance with getting with this guy anyway. So I'm going to talk crap about what he wants and make it seem like it's something that's bad. Ladies, how many of you make fun of guys because they're short? Make fun of guys because they don't make enough money? Make fun of guys because they're going bald? Make fun of guys because they don't dress nice? Make fun of guys because they don't drive the nicest car? Ladies, you guys are some of the most shallow human beings on this planet Earth. And this man simply says, I want a woman who knows how to follow my lead. He is $1 million man. $1 million man. Quarterback at that. Leader of a team. I think he knows a little bit about leading. You're offended by that? Secondly, he says, know when to be quiet. Not to say, oh, you can't talk around me, or she can't talk around her husband. Men need to know when to be quiet. How many of you have gone on an interview or whatever, or even been at work? Someone says something you don't like. What do? Haul off and cuss them out and lose your job? No, you know when to be quiet. The same thing is pertinent in your own relationship. I can't say things out of whack to my wife just because I'm emotional about something, and vice versa. She can't either. Especially if I'm out doing business, talking to somebody in public, speaking about something. She knows when and where to interject. Just a smart, caring wife just knows how to do that because you guys are not one, you're together. Her making you look good makes her look good and vice versa. It seems like so many of you ladies are so wrapped up in this strong, independent, I don't need no man, that you think anything you do for somebody other than yourself is degrading yourself. And a lot of you ladies even think that you will become a good wife by being ultra selfish. By definition, you're going to be a terrible wife and you're going to be divorced. You're going to get divorced because an ultra selfish person can never cooperate with someone, and cohabitate in a house. You have to be able to pick up the slack for one another. So amazing to me how little you ladies really view men. How little you view men. The sad thing is that if men started to view ladies the same way, just transactional, like a lot of you ladies do, you're gonna lose. You're going to be the one losing, honestly, because I'm just being real with you. I'm just be 100% real with you. If you're not a whore, if you're not a woman that's just gonna take money for sex, guess what? You're not gonna have any options for men because of how ruthless you are with how you deal with men. A lot of men are gonna get to a point that they're like, screw it, I'm paying for a hooker and skip these women. If like, unless it's like it's coming to a point to now that it's like unless a guy is like top tier looks and top tier money, it's like most of the average guys just don't even have a chance with a lot of you ladies. It's so sad, and it's like you guys think that it's this beating your chest makes you look more powerful, but really it's sad. It's sad how little you can view a person who you're supposed to build with. Is you having money to be able to buy a nice car or being able to buy a nice handbag? Is that what makes you so prideful? Imagine if men acted like, just come on, I know a few guys act like this, but imagine if the percentage of men that act the same way as the percentage of women do, like, because it seems like more than 80% of women just act wild when it comes to how they feel about men. It's like the most average looking chicks think that they're supposed to be with a millionaire. Lady, just because you have a vagina does not mean that. Does not mean that. I'm going to wrap this all up and just say, ladies, start thinking. Just start thinking about what someone's saying. A lot of you ladies aren't even thinking. You're hearing the topic, which is women, and then you're hearing the topic of, or not even a topic, but you're hearing someone say anything besides praises, and you instantly get triggered. You're kind of showing how kid gloves you need to be handled with. Like, if you can't handle any type of criticism, any type, you're not an adult. You're living life on recruit difficulty. You're living life on easy mode just because you have a vagina, but you want people to treat you with respect. Honestly, you're going to make people treat you like a child because you can't handle anything. You can't say nothing to you. Every time someone is critiquing anything about you, you get wound up. You don't know how to be in a relationship longer than a few months. If one bump in the road happens, you leave. A lot of you ladies need to look in the mirror and just tell yourself you don't know how to work with other people. You just don't. Unless you're treated like a little princess and everything is bent to your will, you don't know how to do anything. It's crazy. You know how to receive, but you don't know how to give. And you think you're going to be a good wife. But guys, that has been it. I appreciate you guys watching. This has been a good podcast. Honestly, it's like an hour and a half. I think you guys should watch the entire thing. I only wanted to kind of highlight this one part, but $1 million worth of game. They got $1 million worth of game, man. And until next time, guys, peace.
Ooh.